All right, y'all, let's get into this binding. We sew the straps on the Breezy overalls as binding. It's one of the most satisfying things to sew. If you don't like it, you're going to learn to love it on this pattern. It is so nice and crisp to sew up, and it looks so good at the end. You're going to love it. So here is our strap piece. I have pre-pressed it, obviously. I'm going to show you how I pressed it. You can press it in half, just like this. You really want to give this a nice, good, steamy press, as hot and steamy as your fabric will allow. Then we press the raw bottom and top to meet our center crease. On the one end of our strap, you're going to fold it under just a little bit and then refold it along that center crease. These little corners right here can be tricky to get perfect. What I like to do is just trim off the little corners, just like that. Just a tiny little triangle, makes it slightly less bulky and just a little bit easier to keep it nice and perfect on the ends. So you just little triangles off, just like that. Just tuck them in there nice and carefully. I usually stick a pin right here. If my fabric isn't holding creases and press really, really well, I'll pin the rest of it as well. This is a rayon linen blend. It held a crease beautifully, so I did not pin the rest. What we're gonna do is edge stitch along this opened side, okay? Just right along the edge. I like getting really close to the edge. I'm probably about a 1/16 of an inch away. I would venture to say. Get nice and close with the camera here so you can see. I tend to be a speed demon, so I'm going to tell you to go really slow. This is how slow I can force myself to go. But I will say it's with lots and lots of practice. So if you're just getting used to sewing up binding, go nice and slowly. Make sure you get it nice and even from the edges. I like to use my pin here kind of as a tiny little finger. Leave your needle down and pivot on the corner. Then I use my pin to kind of push it through if it needs it. Some fabrics need it, some don't. I just kind of stab it through that corner and then put a little tension on it if it needs it. I like to have it just in case. If it feels like it's gonna stick, then I have it there to kind of nudge it forward. If I don't need it, it didn't hurt anything. So there's a little tip and trick for those nice sharp corners. I like to go down this folded side. You do not need to, obviously, it doesn't need to be stitched closed. I just like the look of the uniform stitching all the way around. You can just stitch down the one side if you prefer that look. So here's my finished piece. It looks beautiful on both sides. It's nice and sturdy, but it's still flexible enough that you can tie nice and easily. I hope this video helps if you are struggling on your binding.